Never wanted the easy path.
Unthinkable. To see my own father named Gortash, the sole ruler of Baldur's Gate. Please, we need to speak with him. Maybe he can see reason. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space. Let's make this happen. When am I needed? And I'm off. Time for a chat.
Thou walkest alone. On all, love is no domain of mine, and thy fate spin. Dost thou require a new ally? As thou desire.
Still alive. So that's progress. How much farther can I go?
Defender of the people. Checking things out. Just a peek.
Things have stayed interesting.
Copper for your thoughts?
Another step forward.
Dearest Karlak, I'd busy myself finding Orin if I were you. I'll still be here for any unfinished business once you've secured your camp.
That's it? That's all you have to say to me?
Were you hoping for something else? A word of wisdom? A hug?
Thanks to you, I don't hope for things anymore. I just take whatever it is I want. See you soon, motherfucker.
You most certainly will.
Ravengard has not once failed this city. If he trusts Gortash, then so do I.
The Steel Watch has made an impenetrable fortress out of the Sword Coast's crown jewel. I can't think of a better endorsement for Gortash than that.
Archduke Gortash, man of the people. The right people.
An Archduke! Finally someone who can stand up to those wretched absolutists. There's something I find reassuring about him. The city's never felt so safe.
What glory our city, and what glory its future.
Finally, a leader with some charisma. Ravengard was quite the dullard.
Archduke Gortash. Now there's a man who knows good business.
Absolute's army won't stand a chance. Gortash will crush them like roaches under his boot.
Times of strife produce the finest leaders. Archduke Gortash will be no exception.
Archduke? Quite something, don't you think? I dare say Baldur himself would approve.
An historic day, the city's first Archduke.
Good day to you.
Thank the living gods, Gortash is here to protect us.
Finally, a leader worthy of this city.
Hail the Archduke. His safety is my duty.
I may speak only to my lord. Terribly sorry.
In that case, Ravengard freed from the Hells, Archduke Gortash secures our borders. Baldur's Gate's future is bright indeed.
Away, if you please. I am here at the service of Lady Birch. My lady does not...
Under Gortash, we're safe. More to the point, my fortunes are safe.
So fancy a glass of dragon dew.
Ravengard has spoken. Long live Archduke Gortash.
The Absolute's blight will be a hard one to cure. Gortash is the Archduke for the job.
The city is only as strong as its walls. Gortash understands this.
I am at my lady's service, and hers alone.
A good leader knows when to step aside. Ravengard did the right thing.
Something cut fresh from the wheel.
What are they thinking? Giving a fellow like that such power? I give him a year at most.
A commoner made Archduke of Baldur's Gate. I never thought I'd see the day.
My lady does not...
city is only as mighty as its leader. Under Gortash, no army can breach our walls.
Good day, my lady.
Ugh, the most grievous error. In that
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is.
Sunfish, my lady.
He did it! He's really Archduke. So excited I could jump right out of my boots.
How'd Gortash get to be Archduke anyway? I didn't vote for him.
I'm not being paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job.
No distractions, please.
If it isn't little Will, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Poor thing. You've had a tough go. And you don't know the half of it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated. To the slaughter, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? A little too eager for my liking. Well, we'll have answers soon enough. Mizora's gone to camp. We should speak with her. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
What's the story?
Honk honk.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Very well.
Well met.
Admitted to the city must be surrendered.
You must agree, this is ludicrous. How are we meant to survive without our livelihoods?
My herd are dairy goats. I bet they're going to slaughter them, the poor things.
Move along. I've got my hands full enough without gawkers.
Are they gonna pay us for the animals they take? Like elves they are!
My husband's still in the outer city with the few cows we have left. How am I going to tell him we have to give them up?
Any complaints will be handled after you turn your hand to the care of the Ducal Council.
I just hope somewhere has don't think I'll be able to sleep without decent...
Eyes front and keep your nose clean, newcomer. A noose and a short drop is how we deal with troublemakers. By then, it will be too late. I can't help the dead, but I can warn the living. Stay the path and obey the law, and you have nothing to fear.
I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it?
Thank helm we made such good time. The army of the Absoluters are back. Certainly encourages a brisk pace.
No, dear reader. I'm afraid one of my columns is not in the latest issue. Print issues limiting space, according to our esteemed editor.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a gazette? Thank you.
Sorry about the pong. We've been on the road for more than a 10-day.
Don't get too comfortable. It's only a matter of time before the army of the Absolute gets here.
What's the first thing you want to do after we settle in?
What did she even do? I bet nobody knows. I didn't see her do anything wrong.
I can eat and bear.
Used to think those things were gonna make me feel safer.
Not anymore.
One blow and she drops like she's dead. Well, maybe she is.
I don't like this. I don't like the look in some of their eyes.
The citizen is unconscious and won't be waking up anytime soon.
These street trash need to watch their tone. I don't tolerate disrespect.
If all these folks can just keep their shit together, maybe nobody else will get hurt. Maybe.
Your patron may not enjoy you shopping around the divine, Warlock. It bothers me none. Be welcome, child of faith. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? I am Vicar Humbletoes, guardian of the Stormshore Tabernacle. I keep the peace in this sacred place and guide those in need. Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls. Of course, my child, within limits. Behold my wares.
Let's get going.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look? Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now. I'd join you, but things are looking a tad crowded. You'll need to make room for me. Lead the way, then. try this way. Let's see what we have here.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Baldur's Gate. You know, I never quite believed I'd actually make it back. Wasn't until we got within reach of Worm's Crossing that it felt real. It's so strange. I don't remember much of it, yet I can't help feel like I know it. It feels like home. I suppose it is. Though the chance to savor the moment might be brief, given all that still lies ahead of us. I may have to rely on your local knowledge to plug the gaps in my own mind. Hopefully, I'll remember more than I expect to. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go. Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering. The city is close now. My former peers will be watching, no doubt. Waiting for my return. We should do what we can to find them. What they know could help us.
You were bathed in the cool gleam of moonlight. You must be a follower of Selûne. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? My purpose is to connect every soul with their divine patron. How could I do that if I couldn't distinguish what deities they serve? Ha! That is no surprise, Holy One. You have entered the Stormshore Tabernacle. Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls. I am Vicar Humbletoes, guardian of the storm. Protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble...
This altar isn't dedicated to a single god, but instead acts as a conduit to many. Your god is one of many, and in this place you sense a spark of its mighty divine flame. It reads, "Show your devotion with an offering in your God's name. Blessings may follow." The gods are ready to receive your joyful donation. Your offering is accepted, but more evidence of devotion is required.
No time to rest. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
You see an altar dedicated to Mystra. Mystra, mother of all magic, is the patron of wizards and often called upon by other spellcasters as well. She's said to be a jealous goddess. Even though you do not follow her, you feel her power resonating from the statue. She is the one true spell at the heart of all spells. The weave could not be in better hands. You see an altar dedicated to Selûne. An inscription reads, "Let all who worship the changing tides of life and knowledge feel the blessings of Selûne. Trust in the purity of my light. See the constancy in its inconstancy, and you will be guided aright. Goddess of the moon and stars. Her words and light have long helped wanderers to find their way. Perhaps it could help you, too."
Selûne. Had life turned out...
You see an altar dedicated to Tyr. Tyr, the blind god, offers justice to all, innocent and malefactor alike. The law dictates what is right, be that reward or retribution. His unseeing eyes are a testament to the lawful life he lived and what it cost him. Make a sacrifice out of your own pocket, and you may yet be blessed. You see an altar dedicated to Helm the Vigilant. Helm the Watcher is a guardian god, dedicated to the preservation of order. Many turn to him in troubled times. Make your donation to him and you'll likely feel more vigilant, more resilient to the unexpected.
Our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics. Bless them with the strength to endure and the courage to resist.
Busted her skull. I didn't see her make no trouble. I know. You really won't feel it.
The gallows. Those are for amateurs. Sadly, those things can go wrong.
Let's rehearse this one more time. Pretend I'm a fist.
A bit of a reputation, doesn't it? Tad mercenary, tad swordish. Anything and anyone for a price.
But to little harm. Shouldn't we all be allowed to stoke a few fires from time?
Birthday boy's just nervous, but everyone is Shures's caress is a...
I'm a little on my mind.
I'd recommend...
I'm just buying bread off me friend here. Everything is fine.
I wonder what the next move is.
I'm not doing anything.
This way.
To meet my mother and father.
Excuse me, we...
Darling, it's very 11.
Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
Well, we're shopping for a suit. Dinner with my parents, remember?
This is safe to take. You're absolutely sure?
My good man. Every substance has been tried and tested by your stream.
What does it feel?
Young lady, shut...
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
No one's stopped me yet. These boots have seen everything. Best be on my way.
The bustle here takes some getting used to. Crackling fire and a tresson for company is usually more my speed. Still, we must flow with the current we find ourselves in, however tumultuous it may be. If you've need of me, I'm glad to help. Would that I could. But your entourage is full. You'll need to make room for me first. Back in the thick of things at last. Oh, how exciting. Mistress likeness. It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
Mistress Idol stands before you as silent as the goddess herself. You're not sure what you expected. After all, she's not deigned to speak with you for some time. If your refusal to detonate the orb did not get her attention, perhaps pursuing the crown will. But until then, it seems you are on your own.
Never a dull moment. With haste.
The history of the city itself is captured in the archives here. Fascinating resource.
Lord Gortash is exactly what Baldur's Gate needs. I dread to think where we'd be without this steel watch.
The Steel Watchers are doing most of the good here, really. I'd love a gander at those schematics.
You two must submit to Lord Gortash if you are to be saved. Submit to Lord Gortash.
Only Lord Gortash has the strength to protect our city.
Gortash is the light bringer. Gortash will burn the Absolute to smoke and ashes.
I don't really agree with Lord Gortash's methods, but the man does get things done.
Now don't believe anything Kate over there tells you. She's an awful liar.
You want the who's who and the what's what? Speak to Karis. She's always got the best goss. None of it's been wrong yet. Found anything interesting?
I would love to have seen Gortash's coronation, but I would have to have skipped the after feast. I'm on a strict diet.
She always has something juicy in the gazette.
Gortash, an archduke. Saw him once at a distance. Looked like too much of a pipsqueak to fill those boots.
The Nethersone Tavern. I wonder if my old boots are still there. They could be of use to you.
Another? Should I have another? Oh, it'll make to preserve me. I need the courage. No, I guess I've had enough. The brewer who made this beer used to buy all of our barley. But that's over now. Left the crops standing in the fields when we ran from the Absolute Army. Gone. All gone. Oh, if it were only me, it wouldn't be so bad. But I've got mouths to feed. Family's upstairs, exhausted. I'm Des Canshaw, with a wife, 2 kids, and another on the way. Oldest boy, Corson. He means well, but he eats as much as the rest of us put together. I have to find him a place here. A fancy feller called Three-Piece wants to place Corson as a cleaner in the counting house. But I don't trust him. Maybe I should just join the Flaming Fist and take the signing bonus. What else can I do? Ah, that's a solid tip. Could work out for a gentle kid like Corson. Thanks, stranger. You helped settle my mind. Thanks are all I have to offer, though. Mail meter plead for you.
Well, well, look what the bugbear dragged in. Can't believe we both made it to the city, and with our limbs attached. Working. What else? Alan's short on coppers. The counting house is screwing him over. He was willing to hire anyone who'd work for cheap. And I'm nothing if not cheap. Check the roof. But you didn't hear that from me. Oh, you You're smooth, hero. I knew there was a reason I missed you. I need to get back to work, but stick around. You brighten the place up. Heading to the roof. Sort your own drinks in the meantime.
Pardon me, sir. You look prosperous. I'll bet you have someone who'd like a nice piece of jewellery at discount price for a good cause. Escape. Escape from Baldur's Gate for my husband and me. Lord Gortash wants Marik's head, so we have to get out. There's a smuggler's sloop leaving for Waterdeep with 2 berths left. But the captain wants a fortune for him. This necklace is all I have. Thank you, sir. You've done me a kindness.
Gortash, Archduke of Baldur's Gate. I hear he's moved into the penthouse at Worm's Rock. That place must cost a fortune. Per diem?
A new Archduke? Fancy. Never had one of them before.
Drink up, Lars. We're celebrating. If you won't drink with me, I bet this stranger will. Right, stranger? I'm Clovia Throkes. Pleased to meet you. Our son Gasper has finally found himself a proper job.
Aye, security at the Steel Watch Foundry. But I still wish he'd taken up the family business.
Now, Lars, you know Gasper never had the patience for all the stitching a tailor has to do. Sewing rabbit-skin cloaks? Well, that's all right for some, I guess, but not for our Gasper.
No, our Gasper preferred hanging around the guild hall. I was afraid he was going to end up as a guild bone breaker.
Good thing I introduced him to darling Tamia Host. She straightened Gasper out. Found him a place in the foundry. Perceptive one, aren't you? Blast. Plum bubbles may have gone to my head. But I guess it's time to tell you. I'm leaving you. I'm starting a new life with Tamia. I'm going to sell the business. The money we used to start it was mine in the first place. I'm afraid that's it. For Throkes, for cloaks. Oh, dear. The bottle's empty.
I think I need to take a walk. In a minute.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder we'd had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self? I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooked folk out of renting rooms. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will calm down and realise there's naught to worry about. You can have the whole upstairs floor until this killer thing blows over. Charity! In Baldur's Gate! Good one. Down about the bloody murder upstairs. Top floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't sleep above a pub.